Hi, I'm Misso.
Hi, I'm G. And we're the Watching Dead. So, for today, we're doing a very special episode where we are interviewing our first guest, who is not related to either one of us at all. Yeah, totally not related. He is not my dad, I promise. Right, Dad?
Right.
This is going to be a lot of fun. I will be working the camera though, so you're not going to see my ugly mug.
Not true.
Not true. Anyway, we're going to let Missy and my dad run this show. I'll be back running the camera.
Now I'm scared.
Oh, you'll do fine. So,
There we go.
yeah. So today we are going to talk about bullets and the zombie apocalypse and how you reload bullets.
All right. I can, the reloading the bullet parts, I can handle.
Well, how does it work?
All right. Basically, we have two pieces of gear right behind us.
Okay. Sorry.
I tell you what, Kelly, if you want to, we can just kind of slide over and just use this one press
Mm-hmm.
to do the whole thing, basically.
Okay.
Okay.
This is a progressive press, just for your information.
Okay, well, let me just... zoom in on this.
All right.
Missy, reach down there and get me 3 or 4 of those.
This?
Yeah.
All right.
All right. Now, do you actually want to reload around?
Sure, let's reload around.
All right. Well, we got to do a couple of little things. Start with. Are you recording?
Mm-hmm.
All right. To start with, we're going to use some ball powder. It's Winchester 231.
Hold on, I'm zooming out. Okay.
And this is for reloading 45 automatic pistol.
Okay.
All right. So we're just going to...
Where do you come across this good stuff?
You can buy it at Gun Show.
Yeah.
You can order it online. I buy a lot of stuff from Dillon. This is a Dillon reloading press right here.
Okay.
Like I say, it's a progressive press. So it does a lot of functions at one time. We need some hulls, which we have right here.
Okay.
All right. Now, if you'll reach over there and get us some bullets out of
This?
that bag right there, yeah. And I'm gonna get us some primers. These are all components if you want to.
Why don't you show the different components of the bullet to the camera?
All right.
So that maybe people like Missy out there on internet land who don't know, who think a bullet is the entire thing, will actually learn a little something.
All right.
Bring them up here closer.
Okay.
All right.
You can see.
All right. These are the hulls, which I generally pick up after I shoot.
Mm-hmm.
And even if you had new ammo,
Mm-hmm.
you know, you'd still pick them up after you finished shooting.
Mm-hmm.
Now, these are the hulls, and they have been cleaned. if you notice, they're kind of bright.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes they'll get real dark brown looking. Missy is holding the projectile, which is a bullet. It's a 200 grain semi-wad cutter bullet. And then in my little hand right here, I'm holding a bunch of little round primers. And the primers are actually this little piece right here inside of the hull. And what we're going to do is, with this machine right back here, we're going to knock this primer out. We're going to resize this hull to a specific size to accept the bullet and everything.
Okay.
We're also going to put powder in it, put the bullet in it, and it'll come off of the press as a finished round.
Okay. Now, you said these are ones that you've shot before?
Right.
Awesome.
So you can reload them up to about three or four times. After that, you have to start measuring things to make sure the case will grow a little longer each time you shoot it. And if it gets too long, then it won't work right.
Right.
So you have to trim the case off.
Okay.
And you can do that with a file. You can do it with a little lathe type tool that is made specifically to trim them.
Okay.
Is that growth caused by the heat expended during the act of shooting? Or is it just caused by wear and tear as the bullet exits the barrel?
It's caused by the pressure that the round develops as the bullet leaves the barrel, and it tends to, like I say, it'll stretch this case just a little bit. May not be but a thousandths, but after it grows, if it grows more than 10 thousandths, you have to trim it. 10 thousandths is about a little bit thicker than the hair in your head.
Awesome.
So.
But it's enough to impact the accuracy
or the functioning of your weapon. Your weapon
which
will function right.
Which is why we're always saying that guns are terrible weapons in the zombie apocalypse because they're so delicate.
Yes.
Which is why Daryl rocks with his crossbow. And Missy would rule with her tetanus dagger.
Tetanus dagger, that's what I'm going to do.
All right.
So does this guy have a name? Is it like John?
It's
Charlie?
It's a Dylan.
Dylan. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. We can do that.
It's a progressive reloader. It's a 550B, I think. But with this press, we can reload a bullet from start to finish.
Okay.
All right.
It has all the steps necessary.
It has all the steps necessary.
Good deal.
In this particular tube right here are the primers
Okay.
that, we said in the hull here, we're going to punch the primer out and we're going to resize it. All right.
Okay.
So you put it in the press.
Here?
Yeah, just slide it in.
Is it?
Start back here where you push that little wire out of your way.
Oh, okay. Sweet.
All right.
Gotcha. All right.
All right.
Good?
All right, that's good. Now, if you'll just bring the handle down all the way to the bottom
Okay.
of the stroke. All right, now,
Bring it back up.
right. In that step, it resized the brass to the right size for the chamber of the gun.
Okay.
It knocked the primer out,
All right.
and it left a new primer sitting right there.
Okay.
So now we're going to put the new primer in
All right.
by simply pushing forward on this lever.
Okay.
All right, so that put the new primer in the hull.
Good deal.
All right, so now you want to turn it so it comes to the next station.
Okay. Do you just
Yeah, just turn it. All right,
clicks in?
now put you a new hull in. Another hull in right here.
Ooh, snap. Is that
That's good.
okay?
All right, now this stage is going to do what we just did.
Yeah.
Resize it, put a new primer in. This stage is going to flare the top of the case out just a little bit
Okay.
and put the powder in it out of this powder measure right here,
Okay.
which we've already calibrated for the particular load we're shooting.
Good deal.
All right, so now if you just bring the handle down all the way. All right.
Okay.
The little buzzer is telling us we only have like 5 or 6 primers in the machine, so
Oh, okay.
we're going to do away with a little buzzer right now.
All right then.
All right, so now we have 2 of them sitting here.
Yeah.
We still need to put the new primer in this case, so we're going
Okay.
to push it forward.
All right.
All right, and now we're going to roll to the next stage.
And it put gunpowder in there.
Right, it
Yeah.
put gunpowder in here. You want to take it out and see it?
Sure.
I can take it out and show it to you.
Do that.
All right. If you look down in there, you put a little gunpowder in it.
Oh, hand it to her.
Oh,
There you go.
don't spill it. All right. If you also notice, it flared the case out just a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So now we're going to put it back in right there. All right. Put our little pin back in there to hold it in.
Okay.
All right. Now you need to put one more case in there. All right. Now we also need to put a bullet in the case that we put the powder in. So we're going to put a bullet in the mouth of that case. All right, now we're going to bring the handle down again,
Okay.
all the way. Get a little harder because you've got more stages going on at the same time.
Oh yeah. Okay.
All right. All right. Now we're going to
Oh yeah.
put
Yeah.
the primer in.
Good job.
All right. Now turn it one more time.
Okay.
All right. Now we have to put another bullet in the primed and powdered case.
Okay.
Put one more
You want me to
case
put
in
one
there.
here?
Yeah. And then we're going to quit after that one.
Okay.
All right. Now, if you'll bring the handle back down again.
Okay.
Now, what you're doing now is you're resizing this case and putting the primer in.
Uh-huh.
You're putting powder in this one.
Uh-huh.
You're seating the bullet in this one.
Uh-huh.
And you're crimping the bullet in this one.
Back around the casing, back around
the casing back around the bullet. You're clamping it.
Awesome.
All right, so press it all the way down. All right, now pull it back up. All right,
What? Do you want me to
Yeah.
gotta do the
I'll put it in there. All right, now if you'll turn it, this bullet is going to fall off because it's finished.
Okay.
All right,
Awesome.
all right. Now we're not going to put another one in here because
Okay.
we're done with that
Yeah.
part. We're going to put a bullet in the powdered and primed case,
Okay.
and we're going to let you operate the handle again.
All right.
And now we're putting powder in the one case that was left.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
And then
Now spin it
turn
around.
it. This little guy over here. Oh,
Yep. Do it with 2 hands. It does a little better.
well, it's not doing.
Oh, I know what it is.
Hmm?
I have a little bit of misalignment in that head sometimes.
Oh, okay. There we go.
All right. Now, one more
All
time.
right. Ooh.
All right. Now, we're going to turn it one more time. What you're doing now is just crimping the bullets. All right.
Sweet.
Now,
Huh?
now we're done. We have
4.
4 loaded
I
rounds.
just spit. I'm sorry.
You gonna let her keep one as a memento, Dad?
Yeah.
What?
Let her
Awesome!
keep-
Thank you.
Okay.
I'm gonna name it. I don't know.
We'll shoot them later on.
What?
Yeah.
I'm gonna set these little guys right here.
Yeah.
Good deal.
So right now you can go and purchase all this stuff like over the internet and at gun stores and all that. And in the beginning stages of an apocalypse, you could of course go and scavenge it from those same sources.
Right.
But suppose you were well into the zombie apocalypse. What kind of places might you look to find some of this stuff?
You would. The first thing you'd have to do is, if you knew somebody that did it,
Mm-hmm.
then
Like you.
like me, then I might have a stored up stock of, primers, powders, bullets,
Which
And-
is why he's totally in our Tree Fort City.
Awesome.
and you would be able to. Right now, I would probably be able to load for a year or two, at a reasonable rate of expenditure or firing. I could probably load in the neighborhood of, I don't know, 5,000 to 10,000 rounds, which would hold me and our family out for a while. I would also know other people that maybe have reloaded, and in this general area, so you would be able to.
They would also be in our Tree Fort City.
Yeah, you would be able to collaborate with them, or if for some reason the zombies had overrun them, then you could scavenge their primers, powder, bullets, and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
It would eventually run out though,
Mm-hmm.
just like the military surplus ammo that are in all the armories and stuff around the country. Eventually that's going to run out.
Mm-hmm.
You're eventually going to have people that can, manufacture.
Okay. I have a question. The amount of gunpowder in each bullet, how do you know how many grains to put in a bullet?
Well, I have a reloading manual, which tells me, gives me an approximate amount of powder to start to use. If Missy will reach over there, you see it, Spear reloading manual, just pull it out. All right. Now this book contains information on loading every particular round that is made right now. Handguns and rifles. Yeah,
I'm gonna
I got you. But anyway, that gives you a starting point.
Mm-hmm.
If you're some people reload for speed. They want their bullet traveling faster than anybody else's. I don't do that. I reload for accuracy. And with any given rifle or handgun, you can vary the length of your bullet a little bit one way or the other, or you can vary the amount of powder up and down the scale a little bit, and that gun will shoot a tighter group. So that's the way I load. I load for accuracy. Now, one or two of my loads are pretty fast because it just worked out that way.
Okay.
The rest of it, I don't know what else y'all want to know.
Okay. Well, why don't we take a brief break
Okay.
to think up some interesting questions.
Awesome.
We've been talking about interesting stuff. Daddy, you were a blast technician for the federal government.
Right.
How would you maybe secure our tree fort city of awesome?
You could, you can mix your own explosives, and you could make just about any kind of improvised explosive device to, protect your property or whatever. I'm not going into any great detail about it, but most of the stuff is readily available right now. In the apocalypse, you'd have to know what chemicals you were looking for,
Mm-hmm.
and an approximate mix ratio.
Yeah. Well, what's something kind of an example you could give that might not get us in too much trouble of something that is common that people might not know much about, but where they would need specialized knowledge to be able to use it? For example, people didn't know about the Etch-a-Sketch trick with thermite until the Breaking Bad episode where Walter White got a bunch of Etch-a-Sketches and used the compound inside of them, and they didn't show the exact steps to do it.
It's super fine aluminum powder.
Mm-hmm. But he used it to melt a lock to break into a facility
Right.
to get some methylamine for their meth cook.
Yeah.
But do you have anything like that you can think of that would be an interesting thing that's common and normally completely inoffensive, but that might be something you could scavenge in a zombie apocalypse that most people would overlook but could make a very interesting explosion?
Like blue jeans. That's all you gotta say.
You can, like there are factories all over the country that make high-grade ammonia nitrate fertilizer.
Mm-hmm.
Well, everybody knows about fertilizer because, hey, Tim McVeigh.
Yeah, yeah. But what you don't know is that since that time, the government has had the fertilizer coated with some stuff that really doesn't let it break down when mixed with, like McVeigh mixed his with diesel fuel.
Mm-hmm.
The diesel fuel was kind of let me think of the right word.
An accelerant?
Accelerant, yeah. Or
because y'all tested that explosion.
It made it a little more sensitive
Mm-hmm.
to shock.
Mm-hmm.
And then the shock is either provided by an electric detonator. You can also, the shock could be supplied by a large caliber, high speed type bullet, projectile.
Mm-hmm.
If it hits it hard enough to cause it to start to burn at a high velocity,
Mm-hmm.
high rate of velocity.
Yeah,
An
your lab tested that explosion, didn't it?
Yes, we did.
Mm-hmm.
We tested a whole bunch of different types of stuff.
Mm-hmm. You also tested the Kyber Tower explosion, didn't you?
Yes, we ran a bunch of tests for some government agencies
Mm-hmm.
in the trying to figure out exactly how Cobalt Towers was the size of the weapon and a few other things.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I
still can't give you any of those.
I know. I'm not asking for any classified information.
Yeah. We ran a lot of different type tests. We did a lot of work for.
But getting back on topic, so what's something that most people would overlook for an explosive device that you could scavenge?
Race gas.
Hmm.
High grades of not ammonia nitrate, but high grades of it's a cleaning fluid. My mind just went blank. My Alzheimer's kind of kicked in.
Having a senior moment.
Senior moment, yeah. It's what I'm trying to think about is nitromethane cleaning fluid.
Oh.
Which you can, a lot of janitorial services have it, and it's you can use it, and there's certain things that you can pour into it that make it really, really sensitive. So there again, I'm not going to tell you what you pour in it.
Of course not. Please don't.
Thank you.
Please don't.
But
we want to be able to put this up on YouTube and not get arrested.
Yeah. Then you have your normal stuff like just gunpowder. Black powder is probably a little better at making bombs and stuff out of than progressive or smokeless powder. Black powder burns significantly faster than the progressive powders do today. So the pressure inside whatever you put it in would build up quicker. Another thing that you can make bombs out of is strike anywhere kitchen matches.
Oh my.
People don't realize that. If you want to sit down there and take you a pair of little diagonal cutters like you'd cut wire with and clip the heads all off of them, and you can put them in a pipe or you can put them in, some kind of plastic canister. You could use them like in a cannon barrel for, put a projectile out the barrel.
This just got epic.
It's
coffee and sugar too.
Yeah, and sugar and oh my goodness.
Sugar and instant coffee.
Word? Okay.
Sugar and saltpeter too. You used to buy, when I was a kid, you could buy saltpeter.
You can't get saltpeter anymore. You have to have a license for it.
Well, like I'm saying, when I was a kid, we used to go to the store and buy it in little like 1 pound, 2 pound boxes, and we would bring it home and mix it with sugar and grind a little charcoal up in it, so you've got gunpowder basically. But then we used it to make rocket motors. When we were kids, we would take a piece of real light conduit type pipe and make us a little rocket and stuff it full of that stuff and shoot the rocket up in there several thousand feet.
Oh my.
Several hundred feet anyway.
Yeah, that was before the FAA.
Oh well.
They ruined everything.
But right offhand, that's about all I can really think of,
Well.
Okay, well, it's been really fun and really interesting hanging out here with my dad. Yeah, learning a lot about why guns are a very poor choice of weapon for the zombie apocalypse.
But I did get to make bullets.
Yeah, we did get to make bullets, and we are going to have a gun and shooting special one of these days, very soon now.
Yeah.
I
gotta figure that part out first.
Yeah. Dad is an outdoorsman, and he's got a bow and he's got arrows, and so we're going to learn more about that too. But for now, I'm G,
And I'm Misso.
and we're the Watching Dead.